Broken bat roller toward third. That's a fair ball. Nice play by Gregorio Petit. 2 down.
That's an incredible throwing arm he has. On the knee, throws it across. That long of a throw across the diamond gets Bryant rather easily at first base. He's played very well. We talked about the depth. Now it's going to be at the AAA level for the Angels. That's an impressive play.
Pick off Schwarber at first base. 2 down.
Schwarber trying to get a bigger lead, that secondary lead, but at that point didn't even go into the stretch position. Quickly fires over there. Good footwork by Shoemaker. Cliff Pennington getting that bunt down.
Cunningham lifts one out to center. Not very deep. Fowler getting behind it. Soto, the catcher, tagging at third base. He's coming home to throw tails up the line. 1-0 Angels. Todd Cunningham with a sac fly.
And that's exactly what we've been talking about. Angel baseball we've seen this entire spring, going to carry that over in the regular season starting tomorrow.
Our pleasure to welcome in Angels bench coach Dino Ebel to our broadcast, sitting down in the dugout. First of all, I'm surprised you got permission to do this. It's unbelievable that you're wearing the headset and you're not getting hounded right now. How's this possible?
Oh, this is great. I don't think they know I'm on, so let's keep it quiet and keep it going.
Oh, we like that. Hey, we were just talking about the 25-man roster, but before we get into that, the new players, new coaching staff. I mean, new guys on the coaching staff. What's that been like, that transition and bringing those guys in and up to speed on everything Angels?
Oh, it's been great. You know, Buddy Black, Ron Renicky, and Charlie Nagy. Paul Sorrento was with us last year, but, you know, we got Radinsky in the bullpen. It's, you know, we all came together. We know each other. And it's been a great camp and finishing strong here. Everybody's getting along, communicating, and it carries over. And players see it, and it's you know, and it's been working. So far so good.
Yeah, you know, I think it's underrated when you think about it, when you have a coaching staff that's kind of tight like you guys are, and you guys are happy and willing to give out information, how it translates into the way the players are playing.
No doubt about it, and it's just, it starts with communication and you know, day to day. And we come in the morning in spring training, and you know, like here today, it's the schedule's on the board. They know what's going to happen. Everybody knows what they're going to do, and it just translates into a good day.
This one out towards center field, a towering shot chasing Cunningham back onto the warning track, and that is gone. We are tied at 1. Addison Russell goes deep. He had 13 home runs a season ago, and it evens up this game in the third.
Yeah, Dino, just looking at the, you know, the bottom of the second inning, how you guys scored a run. We've seen that so much here in spring training, going back to where you were able to manufacture runs. How exciting is that to be able to see that and talk about that on a consistent basis?
Oh, every day. It's you're right. You know, we got guys now that put the ball in play. We walk guys that get on base, and you know, it's all going to be in that middle of the order. So if that 7, 8, 9 get on base, here they come with Escobar, Nava, Trout, Pujols, Calhoun, Crone. So you know, they set the table and let the big boys drive them in.
Hey, with all the new faces in the coaching staff and in the clubhouse, was there a conscious effort made between, you know, Soch and you and the coaching staff to kind of maybe change the way you guys did things from years past to kind of, you know, I don't know, a fresh face, if you will, going into the new season? No,
it's been, you know, this is my 11th year on this staff, 12 in the organization, and it's day one. Since 05 I've been here, it's been the same. Mike, he's the same guy day in and day out. Spring training meetings in the morning, and it carries over. And these guys see it. We got new faces in the clubhouse with new players, and they love it. You know, they see the communication. We have fun. We go after it. We play hard every day. And that's what they expect, and that's what Mike and our staff expect. So it's working.
All right, do not acknowledge him, but Jared Weaver's right over your right shoulder. So right now, so he's listening in, just say, I don't know if Weaver has the stuff to really pitch at the major league level this year.
That I'm not going to say. Because he can. He figures it out. He's a smart pitcher, and he'll get guys out.
We just wanted to get a reaction from him. Let's see if he's actually paying attention to you.
He's listening.
He's certainly agreeing everything you say. He's nodding the head and giving you a smile, saying, hey, you've been fantastic, Dino.
No, he's listening. He knows what's happening.
Any surprises in camp this year for you?
You know, a lot of new faces. You know, Rafael Ortega had a great spring. Everybody in this camp has had a great spring. It made it tough on us to put that 25-man roster together, and it's been great. All the new guys, again, offensive, defense. You know, the base run and the high on base. The guys put the ball in play. And our pitching staff, they throw strikes, and it's been great. So we just got to keep it going through the year.
I know the last couple of years, we talked about perhaps the lack of depth, if you will, on a 40-man roster. And with the upheaval in the front office, coaching staff, and the like, it seems like that was a conscious effort to try to get guys, especially at the upper echelons, as the prospects try to develop a little bit quicker. But a lot of veteran players, a lot of guys with experience that did force your hand a little bit, make it difficult for you in spring training.
Absolutely. And you know, that Billy Eppler and his staff, we got depth now in the minor leagues. If something happens up here, which everybody knows, you got 162 games, you're not going to have everybody healthy the whole year, and now we can go down to AAA and bring somebody up who's been in the big leagues, and it's been great. It's those guys, I'm telling you, it was hard decisions. There was some guys that could have made this team because of the roster. They have to go down and play every day in AAA, but it's a great problem to have.
And Dino, when you think about it, when you asked the fly ball to center field there, the shifts we've seen a lot now with this club. How important is that for you to be able to relay that information, get the data, and then relay that information to your defenders to be in position to make plays? We're seeing it around baseball a lot, but certainly you've seen a lot now with the Angels.
Yeah, you know, we started this a long time ago, and now you know, we're getting the stuff from up the front office, and they're bringing it down here, and we just put it into play, and you know, that's it. That's all. You know, every team's doing it, and we're doing it, and it works, so we're going to keep doing it.
Any ritual that you have getting ready for opening day?
Oh, no. You know, I'll get here early, my routine, get here about noon, and get everything squared away. I could get the rosters and the lineups and all that, you know, early work, and once we start batting practice and when we take the field tomorrow, it's going to be game on. So nothing special with me. Just come here and be ready to go.
And Dino, obviously everyone's talking about, well, the other teams in the division. Everyone thinks that, you know, our club here is going to take a step back. What do you say to those people who are saying right now that the Angels really aren't the team to beat in the division now?
That's okay. They can just keep saying that, and we just come out here and play day to day, and you know, prove people wrong. There's some guys on this team have chips on their shoulders, so. You know, we're just going to worry about playing the game tomorrow, starting opening day, and we'll get after it.
Dino, you're the best. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you. Everybody knows what they're going to do, and it just translates into a good day.
This one out towards center field, a towering shot chasing Cunningham back onto the warning track, and that is gone. We are tied at 1. Addison Russell goes deep. He had 13 home runs a season ago. And it evens up this game in the third.
Yeah, Dino, just looking at the, you know, the bottom of the second inning, how you guys scored a run.
And that is hammered out to right field on a breaking pitch. 2-1 Cubs.
If you don't hit your spot against him, you miss location. Rizzo, as you can see on that ball that he just hit, can go a long, long way. Breaking ball goes down to the knee, a la Adrian Beltre to hit it out. He's getting some leverage behind the swing.
Billy Eppler, Angels general manager, joining us here in the broadcast booth, and pleasure to finally meet you. Thanks for joining us. I know we've had a chance to talk a lot over the last 3 games about the roster construction and who's going to make the team. Is there going to be a surprise selection? But overall, are you pretty thrilled with the 25-man roster you're going into the season with tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tough decision to whittle it down, and God, we probably went through, I'd say we went through about 4 or 5 different meetings with our coaching staff, and we just got to the point yesterday where, you know, we almost you know, put the last couple of names up on the board and almost went auction style, you know, going once, going twice. Anybody want to interject? Anybody want to offer an alternative opinion? And we feel good about the group we're going with.
But that's got to make you feel good. It was a difficult decision for you guys to make because, you know, the perception coming into camp was, how deep is this roster going to be? But then by the end, what we've seen is so many tough decisions.
Yeah. In fact, I actually called Keith Johnson, our AAA manager, last night and said, I think you got a pretty good club down there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we want. We want to have good decisions and tough decisions. And, because we're going to use, God, I'd tell you, we're probably going to use about 45 to 55 players over the course of the season. And having that depth down there in Salt Lake to be able to reach and grab at any time is really important for us.
Bill, there's too much made of the whole left field situation, especially with the plethora of outfielders that were available on the free agent market. Did that make it that much bigger of a deal?
We just tried to honor, a couple of the elements in some of our circumstances here, right? It's a pretty big left field to play. So we're going to try to convert as many balls in play, and outs as we can, and also have guys that give us a really competitive at bat. That's not guys that go up and take pitches and trophy take, as I like to call it. It's just guys that understand the strike zone and guys that can do a lot of things with the baseball. Guys that make a high degree of contact, guys that can play the short game that Mike wants to play, and also guys that can put a charge in the baseball and take an extra base and so on and so forth. So just try to look for as complete as players as we could and get as many of us as we could.
Billy, we've been talking about it even in Tempe and even Dodger Stadium. When you put this team together, you also have to think in terms of your ballpark. I mean, this is not an easy ballpark to hit home runs. So you think exactly in terms of contact guys, you can go hit and run, guys that can put the ball in play. Exactly. How big is that for you?
For us, we looked at our circumstances, right? And we're going to play 81 games in this ballpark. We're going to go play 9 in Oakland. We're going to play 9 in Seattle. We're going to do another 3 in Minnesota, Detroit, and Cleveland. We got 3 more in Tropicana Field, and then we're going to have 3 in Dodger Stadium. So you add all that up, that's 70% of our season is going to be played in ballparks like this, or ballparks that play like this. So if you go out and you go get a 15, 18 home run hitter, it's going to be mitigated, right? But more of the balls put in play, we convert those into outs. Those players actually have their strengths more accentuated in our environment.
That makes sense, especially when you think about it. And the excitement, we've talked about it from the players, the coaching staff, and it all seems to be going towards where you started this at as far as the type of players you want, as far as the excitement for these hit and runs we've seen. They scored a run earlier this game without a hit. You got an error, a bunt over, and sac fly, situational hitting. That's the things that help you win, in my opinion, and we've talked about it, win World Series. Look, the team has won the World Series last year, the year before, the same thing with San Francisco, the teams that do the little things. Yeah,
no doubt. And it's funny because, being around this coaching staff and getting to know these guys, I mean, they leave no stone unturned. There is no detail that is too small for these guys. And it's fun to put players that have that skill set in front of these guys and watch what they can do with them.
That ball going off of Russell, so Cron will end up at third base. Giovanni Soto, one of the signings that you had this offseason, had a veteran guy to a young player in Carlos Perez, who did a nice job kind of maturing as the season progressed last year. Yeah.
I mean, all of our homework, and all the conversations that we had this winter, told us that, first of all, Gio's a really, really good baseball player, right? I mean, he fits the types of players that we're gravitating to. But also, his impact in the clubhouse and how he mentors young players. I mean, that's going to pay dividends for Carlos as he continues to grow as a major league player.
Yeah, he was telling us during his rookie season, in which he won the Rookie of the Year for the Cubs, that Henry Blanco was that guy for him. Correct. And now all of a sudden, you fast forward and he becomes that guy. It's we were just talking about that a minute ago about backup catchers and how important the role that is for guys. Not saying that he's going to be the backup, but you never know. But
we don't know how it'll slice up, Right. But there's a little bit of pay it forward there now for Gio, and so he'll maybe he catches 60, maybe he catches 80, maybe he catches 100. That's up for Mike to determine.
When you're making that deal this winter for Anderson Simmons, how difficult was Eric Ibar? He's a fan favorite. He's done a fantastic job and some winning teams here with the Angels and a couple prospects. But when you have a chance to get a guy so special like Simmons, and we talk about defense being a premium, how was it? How difficult was that to do so?
It was really difficult. I mean, as you can probably attest, right? 6'5" left-handers that touch 99 don't fall out of trees. Yeah. So giving that away really hurt. And giving away Eric Ibar, in that situation, who's a guy that was a glue guy in that clubhouse, and a guy that a lot of fans and even myself, being across the country and playing against the Angels in some very meaningful games, I'd watch what Eric did, and I watched the impact that he had. And that was a really difficult decision. It was one that we deliberated on for quite some time.
Is it a little bit easier coming from a different organization where you do not have the emotional attachment per se of watching the kid grow up within your organization to make the trigger, pull the trigger on a deal, something like that?
Perhaps. So it's hard for me to answer, in year one, because this is my first time actually really executing or being the final say on some of the trades. But you know, it stands to reason that, you know, there's some merit to that, and I guess I'll be better equipped to answer that as we go on.
Aside from the players on the field that were brought in, and we were talking about the seven new faces on the 25-man roster from a season ago, new faces in the front office. Some have been here before. Bud Black, who's in the booth. But what's that been like for your front office to kind of get acclimated and hit the ground running when you took over?
I mean, it's been an important objective for us, you know, to get that group together as much as possible. A lot of the guys are actually moving. You know, some of the guys are moving from the East Coast. A couple of guys are moving from the Pacific Northwest. And so we're trying to get everybody together as quickly as possible and have a presence in the clubhouse and be around our coaching staff a little bit more and do more activities together and just really try to marry the group together as much as possible. So definitely an objective.
How important is that to have people that you're familiar with, you're comfortable having these conversations with, as far as personnel or even whatever it's going to be, even defensive shifts and the data being shared? How important it is to be able to have the guys that you're comfortable with?
You know, it's very, very important, and you know, it's really important for our coaching staff to be comfortable with them. So you know, we you know, invite the conversation, we invite the discourse of you know, challenging. Here's some of the data, and here's where we're saying that you know, maybe we want to put our second baseman, or maybe where we want to put our shortstop, and then show them the methodology of how that's baked in. What are we doing? How are we determining that that's where he should go? Let them ask challenging questions. Take it to the players. What do you guys think about this? And really have that dialogue. You know, I mean, I can go back to a couple years ago. One of the players that was, you know, with the Yankees when I was over there. You know, he brought up the fact of shifting and you know, his pitch types, and so we looked into it more, and it just showed that there was some merit to it.
Billy, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining us, and
thanks, Billy.
For your first go around with us,
man.
you did a heck of a job.
Thanks.
And we talked about defense being a premium. How was it? How difficult was that to do so?
Yeah, it was really difficult. I mean, you know, as you can probably attest, right? You know, 6'5" left-handers that touch 99 don't fall out of trees.
Yeah.
So giving that away really hurt.
This one driven out to left center field. Toward the wall, and that is gone. A two-run blast for Chris Bryant. And the Cubs lead it 4-2.
Baseball certainly carries a lot better during the day here, the Big A, as compared to night, but this ball was hit well. Inner half of the plate and elevated.
This one out to right field. And a diving catch in right. What a play. Gentry alertly gets back to the base at second. 2 down.
Head first dive on that play also was hit well once again by Fletcher. What an outstanding play. Catch it just before it hits that outfield grass. An extension on that diving play.
Down the right field line, long run over for Robinson, and he makes the diving catch for the first down.
For Robinson, full extension on the dive. Not only doing so, but keeping that baseball in the glove. Keeps it under control. What an outstanding play by Robinson. Pedro Martinez, Hall of Famer, same thing.
And that'll sneak through the left side. One run is in, second run being waved around. Andreoli's throw is cut off, and safe at second as Fletcher. We're tied at 4.
What I say about the hit machine again? Big hit once again for Fletcher. Coming through once again. That's a pretty good pitch. It was down. That ball between short and third. Could have almost had 2 hits today. Single, driving in 2 on that swing.
Ground ball down the first base line. Fair ball. That'll bring in 2. And safe at first base as they tried to throw behind him. The Angels lead it 6-4.
Solid piece of hitting there by Petit, right down the first base line. Went this the other way, right down the line. Productive swing, bringing home 2. 4-run 8th inning for the Halos. Pedro Martinez, Hall of Famer, same thing.
And that'll sneak through the left side. One run is in. Second run being waved around. Andreoli's throw is cut off. And safe at second as Fletcher were tied at 4.
What I say about the hit machine again? Big hit once again for Fletcher. Coming through once again. That's a pretty good pitch. It was down. It's that ball between short and third. Could have almost had 2 hits today. Single, driving in 2 on that swing.
Ground ball down the first baseline. Fair ball. That'll bring it 2. And safe at first base as they tried to throw behind him. The Angels lead it 6-4.
Solid piece of hitting there by Petit, right down the first base line. Went this the other way, right down the line. Productive swing, bringing home 2. 4-run 8th inning for the Halos.
This one out to straightaway center field. Cunningham drifting back, can't find the baseball. Now finds it, and he makes the catch at the last second.
See the arms going up, but can't pick it up, and then in the last second does so and leaps up and makes an outstanding play just in front of the wall. Went back to check exactly where the wall was. When he looked back, that's when he lost the baseball, was able to pick it up at the very last second and made a nice play. That first out here of the night. Hendricks fastball is 87-92 range. Cut fastball, curveball, solid changeup.
Called strike 3 on 3 pitches. Ground ball right to Zobrist. He'll field it. Tag out Calhoun and throw on to first to complete the double play. We'll head to the second here at the Big A with no score. Petit goes down swinging. Nava goes down swinging to end the inning. The plethora of outfielders that were available on the free agent market, did that make it ground running when some of that depth at AAA we were talking with Billy Eppler about. Robinson goes down swinging, going out. Takes a called strike 3 and he knew it. 2 down.
Everybody knows what they're going to do, and it just translates into a good day.
This one out towards center field, a towering shot chasing Cunningham back onto the warning track, and that is gone. We are tied at 1. Addison Russell goes deep. He had 13 home runs a season ago. And that is hammered out to right field on a breaking pitch. 2-1 Cubs.
If you don't hit your spot against him, you miss location. Rizzo, as you can see on that ball that he just hit, can go a long, long way. Breaking ball was down to the knee, a la Adrian Beltre to hit it out. He's getting some leverage behind the swing.
This one driven out to left center field. Toward the wall, and that is gone. A 2-run blast for Chris Bryant. And the Cubs lead it 4-2.
Baseball certainly carries a lot better during the day here. The Big A is compared to night, but this ball was hit well. Inner half of the plate and elevated.